Walaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum. My
How's your
name is
afternoon
my
going?
name is Abu Bakr. I am a student of Lawala School, and today is my topic is what are the ori- origin of life and language.
Welcome back, Abu Bakr. It's great to see you're diving back into water. Since you're linking it to language this time, I'm curious where you're starting. Do you have a specific question to kick things off?
My first question is what is water?
At its simplest, water is that clear, tasteless liquid we can't live without. Chemically, it's two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, H2O. But since you're looking at this through the lens of language and the origin of life, it's more than just a formula. It's the universal solvent that makes biology possible. Are you thinking about the scientific side of it or more the symbolic meaning?
Okay,
I'll take that as a
my
yes to
next
both.
question is
Since we're exploring the
my next question is
I'm listening.
what is water important for life?
Water is essentially the non negotiable for life. It carries nutrients to cells, flushes out toxins, and regulates temperature. Without it, the chemistry that allows a living organism to function just stops working. Are you wondering how that biological need shaped the way early humans talked about it?
Okay, my next question is where can we find water in Earth?
It's everywhere, though most of it is out of reach. The vast majority is in the oceans as saltwater. Then you got the frozen reserves in glaciers and ice caps, and a tiny fraction in rivers, lakes, and underground aquifers. There's even a bit of it floating in the air as vapor. Does that cover what you need for your presentation, or are you looking for something more specific?
Okay, my next question is how much of the water of the Earth is covered by water?
About 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. It's a huge amount, but remember that the vast majority of that is the ocean. Do you want to know how much of that is actually drinkable?
Okay, my next question is why do people need to drink water?
Are essentially walking water balloons. Basically, because we're constantly losing it, you know, between breathing, sweating, and just everything your organs do to keep you alive, you're always leaking water. If you don't put it back in, your blood gets thicker, your brain gets foggy, and eventually your system just shuts down. Do you think that constant need for water is why so many cultures treat it as something sacred?
Okay, my next question is
I'm ready.
where does rain come from?
Rain is basically the Earth's way of recycling. It all starts with the sun warming up water in oceans and lakes, which turns it into an invisible gas called water vapor. That vapor rises
Okay, my next is why is
you were
clean
saying.
water important?
I'm all ears. What's the big question?
Why is clean water important?
That's a huge one. Basically, it's the difference between a community thriving and just trying to survive. Without it, everything from our health to how we grow food just falls apart. Do you want to dive into the biological side of it or more of the global impact?
Okay, my next question is uh,
I'm ready when you are.
what is the water cycle?
Think of it like nature's own recycling system. It's basically water moving in a big, endless loop between the ground and the sky, evaporating from clouds, and then falling back down as rain or snow. It's wild how the same water has been circling the planet for billions of years. Want to know about the specific stages? Or maybe how it actually gets the water back up into the air?
Okay, my next question is
I'm following you. I'm all ears. What's on your mind?
why is clean water important?
We actually just touched on this, but it's such a vital topic, it's worth repeating. At its simplest, clean water is the foundation of everything. Without it, we're looking at widespread disease and a total collapse of food systems. It's the difference between a society that can build and grow versus one that's stuck in a constant state of crisis. Does that make sense? Or were you thinking about a specific part of that impact?
Okay, my next question is how did the word water come from old language?
That's an interesting way to put it. I'm not entirely sure if you're talking about the physical rapids of a river where the water looks white because of all the air bubbles, or a specific phrase from a different language. Could you tell me a bit more about where you heard it?
Okay, my next question is do
Yes, I'm with you.
different
What's the next?
language have different word of water?
They absolutely do. Every language has its own way of naming it, and sometimes they have multiple words depending on whether they're talking about a raindrop, a rushing river, or the ocean. It's a great example of how the environment someone lives in shapes the words they use. Are you curious about a specific language or just how it varies in general?
Okay, my next question is uh, can people live
I'm ready.
without can people live without water? Why or why not?
Short answer, definitely not. Every single cell in your body needs it to function. It's basically the transport system for your organs, carrying nutrients and oxygen to where they need to go and flushing out waste. Without it, your blood would thicken, your kidneys would stop working, and your brain would basically shut down within a few days. It's pretty humbling when you realize how dependent we are on a simple molecule, right?
Okay, my next question is
I'm ready. What's next on the list?
why should we save water?
Because while the planet is mostly water, only a tiny fraction of it is actually drinkable. If we pollute it or use it up faster than it can be replenished, we're basically gambling with our own survival. It's not just about having enough for a shower, it's about making sure there's enough for the crops that feed us and the ecosystems that keep the air breathable. Do you think most people actually realize how limited the supply really is?
Okay, my next question is what happens when water is polluted?
It creates a domino effect that hits everything. First, it becomes a health crisis. People get sick from things like cholera or lead poisoning. Then it hits the environment. Pollutants can choke out fish and kill off the plants that keep the water clean. Eventually, it ruins the soil, which means the food grown in that area can become toxic too. It's a scary chain reaction. Do you want to know about a specific kind of pollution like plastic or chemicals?
Okay, my next question is how can we keep our water clean?
It starts with the sauna, but better laws for factories and investing in smarter waste treatment plants so the water going back into the rivers is actually safe. It's really a team effort between people and governments. Do you think people in your community are pretty mindful of how they treat the water?